Hey Ryan, here's a random fact about Japan. Did you know that
Uh,
in Japan, the word tamago means egg?
okay, ha ha. Yeah, we get it. You went to Japan, ha ha ha. Yeah, stop flaunting it in my face, dude. Just like your wife's boyfriend.
Hey, fuck you.
Stop.
He taught me that fact. I didn't learn that in Japan. So, anyways, guys, welcome back to the Trash Talk Podcast, episode 14. They thought we wouldn't make it this far, and we barely got here.
Oh, but
So,
no, we've proven them wrong. However, we have been pretty consistent this year, actually, and that's saying something compared to previous years. So that's a good thing.
epic.
We are still here.
Anyways, guys, so let's
Very
let's
epic.
kick off the podcast talking about the most important topic right now that faces our society: the
Porn.
bet. The bet. Today is November 8th, so like yesterday
I
we found out about the winner, and by
Yeah.
the time you're listening to this podcast, the
It'll be
inauguration,
2024 election.
the 2024,
It'll be 2024
when we're launching
with the new
Bitner
presidential election.
2024, we're launching our candidate. Our party is the
Yeah.
PTA, or the
Oh
PT
yeah. I'm actually gonna be running for president.
the PTSD. That's the name of our party. The party trash talk socialist dope. It's dope.
You can definitely tell from that acronym how prepared we are for this. We have 4 years, so we'll
Yeah.
have time to plan. I promise.
What are some of your
It'll be
policies?
better. I promise.
Can you make
So,
crime illegal?
no, but tell you what, I am going to contribute to helping society. Now, crime, unfortunately, is going to be a thing. However, I am going to make it legal to be shirtless in any part of the area, any part of the world. If you want to do it in a restaurant, if you want to do it in the bathroom, with your wife, so to speak. Otherwise, you don't have to wear a shirt. It's
That sounds
easy.
epic.
And for all you, by the way, for all you oppressed bald people out there, like myself, as you can plainly see, I'm going to make it mandatory that everybody's bald. That means,
Wow.
Emilio, you're gonna have to go bald again. you,
No.
have to, you have to shave your head again.
You had my vote up until then, but I'm glad that bald people are
Yeah,
finally going to have
damn.
representation in politics.
It's okay. I'll get your address.
I was thinking the only reason I'm pro gun reform is because I want to see sword
Um,
fights. I think because it's kind of lame if you're shooting guns, but like if you have a samurai sword, I think fights would be pretty
oh
epic.
God. I would, no joke, if you really want to see that used in like a good piece of media, and this is like a public announcement for those of you who don't know. There's a good video game out there called Samurai Western. The whole point of that game is literally using a sword against guns. It's an
Epic.
old school game on the PS2, but seriously, if you want to see it, look it up, man. Swords against guns,
Yeah, dude.
very possible to win.
If you need to
Oh yeah,
like change people's mind on gun reform, just play that game, and then you'll see how
I'm just
epic it
gonna
is.
pull. I wish I still had it, but I was
Anyways,
gonna pull it
guys,
and be like, "Hey,
sorry for interrupting Ryan once again on the show.
we need to have a tally at some point, like the amount of times Emilio interrupts me and be like, "Oh, holy crap, the whole screen's full. Why is it black? Did the video crash?" No, those are all just the check marks. Emilio sucks.
I don't think we can fit numbers that big.
Damn it.
Anyways,
Editor, dude. Put it in post.
it's time to talk about the bet. Everybody's reason to come back to this show. The bet. The bet.
Oh, absolutely, man.
So,
Definitely not for
so the bet
but I'm not gonna say it.
is a way to motivate me and Ryan to find love because we've been single for a very long time.
A long time.
It's gotten
Yeah, very long time.
it's gotten to the point where we've even talked about marrying each other. Um,
Talking. We are married. There's no talking about it. We are married now. That's how you got the green card.
green card.
Emilio's actually in my basement right now. I don't know if you guys can tell the background. It's very different. Emilio's actually downstairs right now in my house.
Hey, dude, can you
So
stop
we managed to
jumping
get
all
him on.
night? Because like I try to sleep, but all I hear is you jumping up and down in your room. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, no, that's not joking. Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll just give me back the lotion you took from my room, and then we'll talk.
Anyways, guys, the bet. The bet is basically the first person to get a girlfriend wins and gets to post a video on the
And
loser's channel. I know it sounds
see,
sexist,
this
but
is
it's kind of sweet.
yeah, and that's the problem too. Like, if this ever does take off, she's gonna watch this video and be like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. You're using me for a stupid bet." Which, to be fair, yes,
Yes.
but nonetheless, as far as my progress goes personally, I have currently none. Unfortunately, no updates on the bet,
Well, guys,
but hopefully you have some luck.
I have good news. I just won the bet.
Oh, you did?
The other day, I married myself. Turns out it's legal.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Guess I won, bitches.
well, I was you. Well, I guess you did. I mean, you do technically have to marry a girl, so you did marry a girl at least. So
Why is that weirdly?
Oh.
What's up with that sexist joke? We don't tolerate that here in the Trash Talk podcast.
nah, it's not. If everyone wants to do that, that's fine. It's just you. You're just the problem. It's not people in general.
I don't hate women. I just hate Emilio.
It's gonna be. You know what? That's my election campaign, by the way. I don't hate women. I hate Emilio. I'm just gonna walk off stage and just leave people with that.
Anyways, guys, I don't tolerate sexism, so we're gonna move on to the bet 2.0. As you all know,
Oh,
me and Ryan are both fans of the NFL, also known as the National Foot Lickers Association.
there's a lot of people get licked. My gosh, it's great though.
It's amazing.
I don't have a finish. Let's make this clear.
I wrote that NFL joke like 2 weeks ago. That's why I'm looking at my phone, because I have podcast topics I want to talk about, and I wrote that joke. But yeah, the other bet is whose team does better in the NFL this season, because I am a Packers fan, and Ryan...
And I'm a Steelers fan.
And yeah.
Emilio favors a terrible team. I favor a great team. Who, by the way, is kicking your team's butt right now, by the way.
Well, no.
No. The Steelers are 8-0 right now. They have won 8 games in a row. The best start to an NFL season in years for a career season. What are the Packers at?
Epic score. I think 6-2.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm winning the
But
bet.
it's just that the NFC,
2.0
the National Football Conference, is easier, and the AFC is obviously rigged. Like, it takes no talent to win it. Like,
yeah, you know what? That's true. The Packers really don't need any talent at this point. They might as well just pack their bags and leave. Go back to wearing cheese hats or whatever they do.
It's gonna be so epic that we were both saying that our teams are gonna win the Super Bowl this season, and then like the Cowboys win or something.
The Buccaneers are gonna come back and win it because they just got Tom Brady like a while back.
Holy crap, guys! The Jaguars won the Super Bowl.
Oh no! Do you guys remember the Vikings? No, neither do we. But they won the Super Bowl.
The Vikings. I hate that word.
I don't even know much about the Vikings, if I'm honest.
The thing is, Ryan, the Vikings is the worst NFL team to ever exist. It's like...
Oh, God.
Have you heard of famine? Yeah, well, the Vikings are worse.
Oh, they're worse than famine?
Exactly.
Hold on. Are they worse than YouTube pranksters?
Probably.
Okay, so Viking fans out there, I'm sorry, is all I'm going to say. I am sorry. I am sorry for you. I don't sympathize with you, but I'm sorry for you.
Exactly. Hating on YouTube prankster hasn't been a thing since 2016. Anyways. In other news.
You know the stupid thing is, this clip is going to get edited out and put on like some Reddit, where it's like a Vikings fan page, and that's what's going to get this episode like the highest rated, because people are just going to hate it for the Viking gods.
Well, I'm already on it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're on. I'm not part of it, guys. It was all him.
It's a conspiracy. No, but yeah, we haven't talked in a while, as it's tradition here. Like, we just kind of ghost each other between episodes.
It's not like we hate each other or anything. We're just like, we have stuff we're doing, and then like, oh, podcast. I mean, we do this
and then
anyway.
when Ryan needs money to feed his children and pay alimony, he's like, bro, I need to
I
do a podcast.
I do, and see, that's why the joke earlier didn't make sense, because I'm clearly not married to another guy. I have now 7 kids, actually.
7
unfortunately
kids?
enough.
Wow.
7, yeah. Vegas, man. Let me tell you. I've never been to Vegas, but Vegas, man.
Anyways, so
it does things to you.
I thought of something kind of funny that happened to me the other day. I went to I went to the park with my mom. And
you actually spent time with your mom? Oh, wow.
Yeah. And and I was there, and there was some middle-aged guys playing football or soccer. And and I was like, "Hey guys, can I play?" And I played soccer with middle-aged men, and my mom texted my dad being like, "Is your son's acting like an orphan and playing soccer with other people's dads?"
Was my mom there?
I actually played with Ryan's dad. Turns out he's out of prison.
Yeah, he's out of jail. Imagine your dad just play with my dad. Your dad gets so jealous he drives the death car over and just blows up right in the middle of the field.
That would be a funny prank. Like, I steal Ryan's dad.
Oh, you just film me the whole thing. Be like, and that's it for today's video, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. So that's what happened. I don't know. I do have more topics.
That is a very interesting encounter that you've had there, sir. Cool.
We'll get to the election, guys. Don't worry about it. In the last episode, we didn't talk about it, and we talked about Ryan's pedophile teacher. But because
or will it not come?
I haven't started editing yet, but it will come out. Don't worry about it.
All right, that's a bit of like inside background information, if you want to call it that. At least when we're recording this,
we have done an episode out
prior to this. Yeah, because it'll be out before this one. Probably.
If you follow the Trash Talk lore, you've probably already watched it.
Oh, God, probably at this point.
Anyways, Ryan, what's up with you, boy? What's up with you? How's it hanging? If I talking about the election, even though it's harder for you because you actually live there.
We're just doing all right. So I'm gonna make it even harder for us to not talk about the election in any sense. And I didn't come prepared, but I did come prepared. It's an I voted sticker. I'm just gonna wear this while I'm talking about it while we're not talking about the election. So the election, we'll talk about that later. Just so we're clear. As far as me lately, I'm finishing up my school semester, actually, as of late. It ends here pretty soon, near the end of November, and I'm off for 2 months, which is nice.
More trash talk, that's what that means.
I know, right? And we can start season 4 and not upload for the first 6 months. Oh, gosh. I got a new car. That's something cool, too.
Oh, man. Wow.
My old one got hit with a deer.
Wait, actually? Or?
It legitimately happened like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Was it the death car? Did you get the death car? Because I haven't seen it in a while.
It looked like the death car afterwards. It was that bad. The entire front of it was split open.
So I
got a new one now.
My dad got the death car for $50. How much was your car? The Ryan Mobile. The car.
Thinking back,
the boss car.
It was more than $50. The boss car. The DeBoss car now. The new DeBoss car is a lot more than what the other car was. Let's just say it was more than $50. Put it to you that way.
It'd be kind of cool.
The new one or the old one?
To get hit by the DeBoss car. Like it'd be like a funny story.
I'm gonna pull a Mr. Beast and just have an entire Tesla one day just tricked out with the DeBoss logo and my face right on the windshield, and it'll probably be flagged for being like a fire hazard. or something, because I'll have confetti cannons coming out while I'm going down the street.
Wow, Ryan, I didn't know your car could
Watch
spit fire.
I know, it's insane, right? You ever hear of spontaneous combustion? That's what I'm naming my car.
Yeah.
Spontaneous combustion. Once I get my Tesla, of course.
The
Elon Musk, call me.
The Death Car Reloaded.
Oh gosh, sounds like the sequel to sounds like the sequel to Matrix Reloaded. Jeez.
So is that everything?
Might as well be in Matrix.
Is that everything that happened in the life of the boss?
That's pretty much it. Got a new car. Been doing some more videos lately.
I saw
school's
that.
ending soon.
Saw that. You're more active
really?
on the boss. I haven't watched the videos, but
At least you're getting notifications. Which is at least good to know. You should watch them. Everyone, go and watch the boss videos. They are the best form of gaming and meme content you'll ever see.
Oh my god,
do it.
Cut out. What? I can't believe that,
that
podcast didn't make it.
The I voted sticker muted my audio.
Yeah, I actually been seeing that you've done a lot of collabs, buddy. You've been busy. I thought I was your only friend.
Actually, yeah. Well, I mean, times change, buddy. You know what I mean? Like you're my side piece, if you want to call it that.
Oh, I was gonna say you're my sidekick.
So, well, sidekick's a little high for a role right now. You might get promoted one day.
Wait, I'm the boss.
I have actually.
I am the boss's boss.
You're the boss junior. No, that sounds even worse. No.
The vice president.
I was gonna say, yes, you're my vice president. My treasurer. No, secretary. You're my secretary. That's right.
Can I be like of state?
You're my secretary.
Ryansville, Pennsylvania.
No. You might as well. You know what? Let's build a whole city. When I'm elected, guys, when we run in 2024, we're building DeBossville or Ryansville. Right here.
Pennsylvania has like a better ring to it.
Yes. It will be the Bossylvania. That'll be another one we open up right next to it.
What if you
build two cities?
If you become president, can you get rid of Florida? Or then like put something else there, like a Dairy Queen or something?
I'm just going to target Florida specifically. I'm going to order all Dairy Queens in the state closed down. And if anyone asks me why, I'm just going to point to you. He told me to. That's it. He said, "Hey, ban it."
I kind of hate hating on Florida because the only Floridian I've ever met was super nice, and that was Professor Politics. And
oh, gosh. Actually, that's right. It's weird, and it was funny on the subject of collabs because that's like one really good collab we've done on the podcast. And I've been doing a lot more collabs lately with other small creators. I'm kind of trying to branch out and do more interactive content with other people too, in addition to doing my own thing. So it's a good thing to do. You get to meet people and you get to make some cool videos. And it actually reminds me of a lot of different collabs we've done here in the past too.
And I force-fed my best friend 20 hamburgers.
Oh yeah, actually, right. Did that video come out yet by any chance or no?
By the time this video comes out, it'll be out.
Yeah, but as of right now, it's not. I was curious because for those of you who watched the video, I have a little cameo in it of sorts.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, come on. This should encourage people to watch it. So I think we're good.
Ryan from the Trash Talk podcast.
They don't even know me from it's like, oh no, is that Ryan from the DeBoss channel? Nah, dude, you're thinking of some other like really like chubby white guy. To quote you, Ryan. It's the guy from the Trash Talk podcast.
Yeah. I thought of doing like a video that was that epic moment. Ryan from the Trash Talk podcast met the boss. And it's like a Photoshop viewed, like duplicated.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But in other news, last time we talked about my video being showcased in the Y20, which is the youth committee of the G20. And if you don't know, the G20 is a combination of 20 genies and the grand wishes for everybody. It's epic. No. The G20 The G20 is the assembly of the 20 largest economies. And I made a video for them, and they liked it, and I got an award, and it was epic. And Usain Bolt was there.
Nice. Ooh.
Yeah, pretty epic.
Did Usain Bolt follow you on Twitter or something afterwards?
I was not allowed to talk to Mr. Bolt.
Damn.
That's not even a joke. It's literally what happened.
No, gosh. That's awful.
Yeah.
At least you got showcased, though. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Which the boss video has been showcased? That's right. None of them. The podcast that they showcased was the vasectomy episode. They showed it to all the other countries, and they were amazed.
I would love to see the reaction to that if it ever would get shown. I would love to see that. Arguably, out of all the episodes we've done, at least for this season, that is probably the most infamous episode.
I think that's the best episode.
It probably is. It was so weird because when we did that episode, we had we had an actual topic for that, and then just somehow went into talking about cheap vasectomies toward the end, and then they just sort of snowballed from there.
Yeah.
We need to make a follow-up video about that. Just like do a whole episode going over cheap vasectomies we both researched and just talk about it the entire time.
We could go to the different operation, hysterectomies.
Oh. We got to do it at some point.
My grandma had a hysterectomy. We could interview her. I'm sure it will be a pleasant conversation with my grandmother of how they extracted her uterus.
All right. You know what? If we're going about medical stuff, I could interview you for a video for your gender reassignment surgery. I think we could do that too.
Wow, Ryan. This podcast gets worse. Sexism, transphobia.
Come on,
Ryan hates people.
It's not like it's not true. No, I completely respected his decision. He wanted to get some things added, some things removed, and I accept his decision. I'm happy for her, him, whatever you call it.
Them.
It's all right.
Anyways. In other news, I'm just very disappointed this episode in your behavior. We're gonna have to cut this from your pay. In other news,
damn,
you get paid in exposure.
Where's my? Oh, in that case. Oh,
remember, guys,
Never
10
mind.
likes and we do the shirtless stream.
That's still. I can't believe that's still going. We need, guys, hit 10 likes, please. Wait, actually, no, don't hit 10 likes. 10 dislikes, and we don't do it.
In other news, my phone number was leaked. Pretty epic.
By who?
That's the thing.
Who would bother leaking your phone number?
I don't know, but someone leaked it to bank companies, and I've been getting calls from banks wanting me to sign for a card or something all month. I think it's because...
Oh gosh, did you change your number?
No. I just blocked them, and I have to block them every month because they changed their number.
Oh gosh.
But it's really annoying. I have two theories of how it happened. I think it happened because one of my universities, because as you know, I flunked out of one college so that I could change classes.
Yeah, then you deliberately failed. No, you deliberately failed out of your university. Let's not get the facts mixed up here.
And so I think one of those leaked my number, and my other theory is that the government leaked my number. Holy crap, here's the biggest conspiracy of the decade.
Oh no.
For those of you who don't know, in Mexico we have really strict we have to have voter ID cards, unlike in the US where you register and life is easy and fun. No, here you have to you have to get a voter ID card. And I'm guessing, because it's illegal for banks to market directly to minors. So then they got the information that I'm an adult now. So now they can hard market.
Oh, no.
So now my life is horrible. I wish I was dead.
You said it was better before your number got leaked?
My life was epic before my number got leaked. The only phone calls I got were from Ryan.
Yeah, actually, true. Well, again, like I said, we had to arrange the chapel, and we have to get our vows written and then get the engagement rings. I'm like, gosh, that takes so long to organize all that stuff.
I don't remember that call.
And you never
I would just call you because you owed me money. You've owed me money for 3 years now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was talking about. Not the wedding. Definitely that.
And
actually, I had I had a similar experience actually too. Emilio was actually the one that told me about this. You
Oh
remember like a
yeah.
few weeks back when I was at
Yeah,
work?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, about my
You can
email.
tell the story, yeah. Somebody hacked
So
Ryan's
I'm
email.
curious. But okay, so I looked it up. It's a very common thing that happens. Whether I think someone else from my email contact got hacked or something happened because they get your entire list of people that you've messaged or emailed in the past, and they were able to spoof your email address, and they were able to send like videos and links and stuff to random people. Unfortunately, it's a common thing. There's not much you can do about. Emilio told me while I was at work one evening, which is actually the same evening that my car got hit by the deer. So that was
Epic evening. Email got hacked.
Oh,
Car
yeah,
got
absolutely.
hacked. Deer got hacked.
Yeah. But with that too, though, it turned out not to be. I was worried about it the entire day because I'm like, oh, do these people have a hold of my information? Didn't end up being a huge deal. I mean, it was only you and Patrick that messaged me about it in terms of anything. So I just changed my password. And
Only
it's
your
cool
famous friends were attacked.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't think. Well, you're one of them, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's not really famous.
Wow,
per
throwing
se.
shade on Patrick.
Anyway.
Yeah,
so that happened, but my email was worked out, so yeah, that's good.
And in other news, where I work, they got me a podcast class.
Oh, nice. There you go.
The lady is the chief editor of NPR.
Ooh,
pretty cool. And I was like, why do I need a podcast class? I've been doing a podcast for 3 years, and it still looks crappy as always. For example, Ryan just crashed out of the call. Ryan Bittner.
Okay, so anyway,
he's back.
I don't know what happened. Your screen froze. And you're just like, I was like, oh no. I don't know what happened there.
Epic. Anyways, yeah. My podcast class I'm taking. It's really cool. I've learned a lot. Are we ever gonna use it here? No, because that class is for a serious journalism podcast. And as we all know, you can see,
we're not professional. There's no professionalism.
The Trash Talk podcast throughout its 3 seasons has always looked like ass.
And it will continue to look ass for the rest of time. Probably.
That's what you love to hear as a viewer. Like, the show I watch is always going to be terrible.
Yep, but you know what? You guys signed on for this content, and you're still here, so that must mean you enjoy something out of it.
Yeah, shout out to all the homies in Ireland.
Shout out to all of our real viewers, a.k.a. Ireland.
Wow.
And maybe other places.
Brofist. Anyways, yeah, that's the podcast class. That's everything I wanted to talk about before we covered the election.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the big thing. We've been talking about a lot of other things, but this is probably the biggest thing in current news when we're recording this. So I think we might as well ease into it and say most of you are fucking idiots when it comes to the fallout of this election. I'm sorry. A lot of people, not you guys watching, but people in general, I've seen and heard from my experience. I'm sorry, it irritates me so much as a retail worker to constantly be hearing this stuff.
As you know, guys, Ryan lives in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, I think.
The battleground state.
Did you vote in Maryland or did you vote in Pennsylvania?
I voted in Maryland. It was the closest facility at the time.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I was like, if Pennsylvania goes red, I'm going to beat up Ryan. But no, he lives in Maryland. That went blue.
Oh, yeah, it was blue. I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania was blue, too.
Yeah, but we didn't know that at the time.
If you didn't know that at the time, all right, you just pull it and be like, dude, did you vote red?
Okay.
And to that I say, it's not my fault.
Anyways, what happened was that Ryan pranked me. It was pretty epic, I must admit.
Yeah, it was actually very, very cool.
When the
video will be up soon.
When election night was going on, I asked Ryan, "Yo, who did you vote for?" And he didn't want to tell me. He said, "My vote was secondary vote."
Actually, I did prank with. I remember that. I remember this.
It was 3 days ago. How did you forget?
I don't know, man. I have so many messages that I go through.
Please pay child support this week, Ryan.
I can't, man. It's so expensive.
So yeah,
$2 million.
can you describe what the prank was? Now that you've remembered.
So Emilio, he messaged me, and I waited a while because I wanted to kind of like let him not stew in it, but just kind of wonder, be like, okay, so why isn't he getting back to me? So I finally told him, it's like, okay, so mine was more of a secondary vote, and you're like, and then he was like, dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean by secondary vote? I was like, oh, I voted for like a second or third party candidate. Your reaction was hilarious. You're like, dude, you just wasted a fucking vote. It's like, why? Why did you even bother? I'm like, psych, I voted for a main party candidate.
You can
hilarious.
just say who you voted for.
JK.
Nobody cares.
I don't know, man. I don't think I want to. Because either way, when it comes to real political stuff like that, don't exactly want the backlash. Let's just say I voted for someone who I thought was going to lead the country well.
Of course, he's talking about Kanye.
It was Biden. Yeah, actually, I should have said Kanye. Cut that out. Kanye.
Your microphone actually.
Kanye West.
Your connection
the greatest
sort of failed.
Man.
So we didn't hear when you said Biden. But so you were technically in the clear.
Oh, you didn't? You just said it though. Just cut that out. Cut that out. We're gonna do the bit. I actually voted for Kanye West, everybody.
Wow, epic. Of course, as we all know, he won the election, so pretty good.
He did, actually. I can't believe Kanye 2020. It's impressive, I gotta say.
Yeah. It would have been funny if we filmed 3 different podcasts depending on who won. And then
that would have been
without knowing.
Like 3 different alternate endings.
Actually,
the best one.
This late night host, I don't remember her name, did write 2 different monologues depending on who would win.
It's like whether or not if it's Trump, if it's Biden, or Mr. West, who is our new president now in the United States.
Yeah, that's as we all remember. I've never had so much of my faith lying on Ryan's shoulders. Why did we give this man so much power?
Yeah, and that's the thing we're going to be asking ourselves too. Like when 2024 rolls around, guys, when President West has served his term, whenever I step up to the bat, I hope I have your guys' support. I have a lot of really great ideas, so I hope you'll support the boss 2024.
Shirtless Saturdays. It's going to be now in the Constitution, apparently.
Whoever's the worst president in history is what it's going to be. It's like, what did he do again? Something about shirtless Saturdays.
I mean, we could change it to shirtless Sundays. It'd be kind of cool to go to church shirtless. I feel like it would make it more enjoyable.
Oh my gosh. Let yourself feel free in a place where you're supposed to feel free. That sounds like a terrible election campaign for proposing this idea. Let yourself feel free in a place where you're supposed to feel free. I mean, that's awful.
I saw that in the United Kingdom and in Brazil. It doesn't even matter if you're a joke candidate. You have to the government has to give you time on TV. So I saw that in the UK there was this guy dressed as Elmo. And in Brazil there was this guy dressed as Wolverine.
Oh my gosh. We need to see someone like Big Bird or something like that from Sesame Street.
So I was thinking, we move to Brazil. We're getting citizenship. And we launch Ryan as a presidential candidate. Even though he doesn't speak Portuguese, it will be pretty epic.
I will manage somehow. I'll just learn to speak backwards, and that should work.
That's basically Portuguese, so...
If I do that, it'll somehow work. They'll all understand. I'll be saying random gibberish. People like, yeah! He's the best presidential candidate we've ever had.
Viva o Bitner.
Let's say, watch the Trash Talk podcast.
Trash Talk podcast in Portuguese would be...
Oh, no.
Falando merda podcast.
You say shit podcast?
Well, it's like trash talking is, when you're talking shit. So it's just that I don't know how to say trash in Portuguese. So.
Oh God.
My Portuguese is basically very limited. I feel like if I ever write something in Portuguese, people are gonna think they're talking to a toddler, just because of how limited my vocabulary in that language is.
Buddy, trust me, they don't have to worry about your vocabulary. They're talking to a toddler anyway. I think you're covered.
I hope you know that the government leaked my number because I'm an adult now, so I'll have you know.
No, the university probably leaked your number because they're like, okay, so we saw the podcast episode where you said you failed out on purpose, so we're just going to leak your number in retaliation for making us look bad. So that's probably why they leaked your number. It's like, have fun getting spam calls from banks.
But yeah, we could throw Ryan as a presidential presidential candidate.
Presidential podcast. That is a good idea, though. When I become president, we need to have a new presidential episode here on Trash Talk.
Yeah. Ryan, president of Brazil, apparently.
President of Antarctica. A country that has no citizens, so it's perfect for me to roll.
It's the safest country ever, because you'd be the only person living there.
I'd also be dead within, like, a day or so.
People in the future are talking about your presidency, and there's like, President Bittner was the first president of Antarctica until he died.
He was also
2 days into his term.
He was also the last because of global warming.
Well, wouldn't global warming make it easier for you to rule Antarctica because, it would be warmer? And
there wouldn't be any Antarctica to rule. I'd be ruler of the ocean.
Dude, you'd be like Aquaman.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I need gills, and I need a trident, and I need some, like, really nice spandex.
Well, you're just missing the trident, because you already got spandex and gills. So
yeah. How'd you know? Dude, who told you about those? We said we weren't going to talk about this on camera.
Oh, sorry.
Talk about it later. All right? Sorry, thank you.
Well, we're circling back to the election. Something that I found very interesting about this year is that it sort of forced some of my friends that were very apolitical to talk about politics. Maybe in like a very minor way. My main two sources of this are Rian and my friend that lives in Brazil. Because with Rian, we never really discussed politics until the TikTok episode.
Actually, that's true.
Because, I don't know, he has a weird thing about talking about politics. I don't get it.
I'm not a huge political person. Typically, whenever I've seen or been involved with any political decisions, it typically doesn't end very well from other people's interactions I've seen personally. So I prefer not to get myself involved in that stuff. I have my own political opinions, but I keep them to myself. Because you see all these people on social media spouting all their own opinions and whatnot, and it just leads to arguments and everything else. So, like, to me, it's not completely worth it all the time.
What a pussy. Anyways.
No.
And my friend that lives in Brazil.
Mind my own business.
When I met her, I was making jokes about the president of Brazil. Because I know he kind of sucks.
Like, didn't you make a video on that?
No, I never got to that part. Because I only made the first half. And then I got a lot of comments. And I was like, maybe what Ryan says makes sense.
Making a political video on YouTube is really bad.
And then,
to say the least.
Anyways, so then the pandemic happened. And the president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, historically did a very, very, very bad job.
Oh gosh.
And then she actually said her opinions on him because previously when we had discussed them, she was very vague about him, right? But yeah, and the same thing happened with Ryan when this pandemic and then the TikTok thing that he said he thought was ridiculous. And yeah, and I like that people nowadays aren't afraid of talking about politics because I believe that when we stop talking about the important issues, we forget about them, and
which is a good point.
Yeah, and we make them lose value, and then we lead people like, and I'm gonna be very open here. I don't like Trump, and people who have problematic, dangerous points of view make it to positions of power, and it turns into it turns itself into a danger to society. I feel like.
Yeah, which is a sad thing too, because a lot of other people that are in politics now, or it has been for the past several years in terms of like elections and political positions and all that other stuff, it's a lot more, people like to place a lot more emphasis on character assassination of these people. Are they always good people? No. But the important question to ask yourself when it comes to any election of any government official or politician, what are they going to do for the country they're being elected for? Are they being voted by the people? What are they going to do to help run it? Are they going to keep people safe? Are they going to try and make it as efficient living as possible? Instead of focusing on what horrible people they are, which admittedly could be a factor depending on what it is, but the important question to ask yourself at the end of the day, because different parties are going to attack each other no matter what, is what are they going to do when they're in office? Are they going to do anything? That's the question you got to, and are they going to do good things?
That's why we voted for Kanye.
Exactly.
Trash Talk Podcast officially endorses President Kanye.
He has the perfect vision for the country. He's going to make everyone change their phone passwords to 1212. That is not a joke. That was his legit phone password.
It was 0000. Don't defamate Kanye.
He's talking about parallel universes and time travel with President Trump like it's a serious thing on camera in the White House.
And that's why it's important to talk about politics, because then you have stuff like this happen.
Because then we'll forget about Kanye West's moment of genius.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. And yeah, and some other news exciting about the election. Even if you don't like Kamala Harris, I don't really like all of the candidates. I really didn't like any of them. You know, luckily I didn't have to vote, but at least the people chose the lesser of two evils. Mm-hmm. And Kamala Harris' victory, I really don't like criticizing her, because I feel like it denigrates the historic importance of her appointment as vice president, as she's the first female vice president in that country and the first woman of color to ever hold that office, which is very important, and it's amazing. I love it. I remember when I was a kid, I watched Barack Obama become president of the United States, and I thought that was amazing, seeing someone who, well, I don't look like Obama, but I'm definitely, I'm like Rian, I am both tan.
Yeah, tan guys,
tan
not
gang.
Tan. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm a person of color, and it was very cool to me to see Barack Obama, someone to be able to hold that position, and I'm very excited that now an entirely new generation is gonna get to see Kamala Harris and think, hey, that could be me one day, and that's amazing.
And that actually served as one of my main inspirations for running in 2024.
As you all know, Rian is a woman of color,
which is seeing people taking a stand and making great historical strides with people having political positions like that, and that encourages me to run for my election campaign in 2024. And I think we're going to do great things. We're not going to make America great again. We're going to make the world great again. Because at some point, when I'm president in my 4-year reign, I'm going to take over the entire world and become a dictator. So we can say we'll do what's best for the world, not just America. We'll make the world great again.
Wow, dude. I shed a tear there.
Even if it's through violence, if I have to get there to be dictator.
Violence is okay, I feel like, sometimes.
Hey, you know what? I'm so glad you say that, because I'm here to officially apologize. I'm so glad you're not mad about the broken leg. Thank you.
And as we all know, we're going to ban guns and take out samurai swords. That's our position. The National Rifle Association. Nah, the National Katana Association. That's what.
Hell yeah.
That's
the days of guns are behind us. It's all about swords and knives now.
Did you see that the French Fencing Association finally admitted lightsaber dueling as a form of sword combat?
That's epic. Great, then.
See, dude,
that is very epic.
The future is bright for the NKA, as I say, the National Katana Association.
Yeah, it's the light emanating off of a lightsaber as it pierces through your chest.
But yeah, You guys already heard my speech about politics. I hope it wasn't that preachy. I just really wanted to say it.
I feel like you really did. You know what, though? This is all a really great segue into our election campaign coming up. Emilio, like we've discussed before, we mentioned this in the green card episode. I will say this, Emilio, whenever I do run for president, you will be my secretary and loving
thank God.
spouse by my side.
Fuck.
And together we will rule.
It's cool to know that I won't be the first lady to get married just for a green card. Shout out to Melania.
Gosh, it's actually not wrong. At the same time, that's the worst part. It's actually not wrong.
And yeah, that's it, I guess, for the Trash Talk podcast. Unless you have anything else.
It's a great way to cap it off, everybody.
Remember, guys, Bittner 2024.
Yep, just remember, guys, we're gonna do it.
Bittner 2024. Our party, the PTSD.
Oh gosh.
The party of trash talkers, socialism, and hentai.
We also support PETA. That is all.
Hentai.
And hentai.
We are going to institute a National Hentai Day.
Yep. And we are also... Actually, we should merge hentai and PETA together. Just to see what comes out of it.
But I actually like hentai. I don't like PETA.
Exactly. Well, we can make it... Hentai makes everything better, man.
Oh,
just
that makes
throw stuff at it. We'll see where it goes.
Dude, I'd be on board. Even if they kill half their animals.
Oh, gosh, no. We'll force them to make hentai portraits of them. Every animal they decide to execute, they have to make a hentai portrait of.
Please end the show now. Remember to follow me on Twitter. I have 2 Instagram accounts now.
Of course you do.
Follow me on TikTok, where I re-upload clips from this podcast, making Ryan the only citizen of Ryansville, Pennsylvania, to be here on TikTok.
Yeah. We're going to do it, guys. Ryansville, 2024.
And we're going to change the capital of the United States. I kind of hate Washington, D.C., so we're going to move it.
So we're just going to make Ryansville. We're just going to bulldoze it down.
Yeah.
And just have Ryansville.
Ryansville, like Pennsylvania is going to have a hentai museum. Does Washington, D.C. have anything like that? I don't think so.
No, but they're about to.
Oh, really?
In 4 years. No, they're going to get one in 4 years.
Anyways, oh yeah, because you're going to be president.
I legitimately think they're bringing a hentai
I was like,
museum.
what? I was confused. Like, what?
I wish.
Oh, boy.
I wish.
Global warming would just stop if we opened the hentai museum in Washington, D.C.
We need to do it then. We need to get on this.
Anyways, I'm trying to close this podcast off, but we keep joking about hentai. So yeah, follow me, blah, blah, blah. Check out my YouTube channel, Smelly Cheese. I just posted a video. My friend ranked water bottles. That's right. And a video about the Aztecs, I think. I'm looking at my planner. If you want to listen to this podcast, check it out on YouTube on my second channel for the video version. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Podcast, Google Podcasts, and many, many more. And send us an audio, and we will listen to it here on the podcast.
And you may be featured if you send one in.
Yeah. Send in your proposal for Bittner 2024.
Yep. And we'll feature your guys' suggestions and ideas on the next episode.
The only candidate that listens to the people.
Exactly. Great thumbnail shot. That looks like a wanted poster.
Well, it kind of resembles the real wanted poster.
Absolutely. But if you guys want to follow me anywhere, follow me on Instagram at RIANBITTNER at Ryan Bittner. If you guys want to follow my content, check out The Boss Official, where I upload gaming, memes, skits, and everything else that we do over there. And if you guys want your feel of nostalgic retro video game goodness, check me out on The Nostalgia Factor.
I'm so glad I stopped the recording.
Yep, unless Emilio forgets. Unless he cuts it out by accident. In which case, just look it up on you. Oh, wait, no, you're not going to be able to hear that part anyway. Damn it. Just look up The Boss.
And that's it for today's podcast. Hear from everybody at Trash Talk. We're no longer in Trash Talk Towers. We actually had to sell them.
We're Trash Talk Cave in the middle of the woods.
No,
we're just in a
Trash Talk Bridge because we're under the bridge recording this currently.
We're under the bridge in like a shack or something, just like filming this.
Yeah. Times are tough, guys. Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Peace.